I wanted to ask you. Just flip a little bit. We were talking about your top 3 most meaningful fights. Mike said that the William Kickett fight was one that he would put at the top because he didn't know how dangerous the guy was until he read the program or something. He read his credentials right before he got in the ring. I don't know if you consider that. And when I say most meaningful fights, I'm not necessarily saying the ones you won, but the ones you learned from, the ones you look back and
I'll tell you the truth.
Okay. First one.
The first, I think, I'm gonna tell you a few because I got a few in my career that really changed me.
Mm-hmm.
In the way I look at boxing, I look at everything. From 1 to what was my first ESPN debut when I fought the guy Quintero.
Okay.
I was 7-0 and he was like 9-0 or something like that. And it was a tough fight, but he didn't come to lay down. Going up to that fight, it was first round knockout, first round knockout, first round knockout, third round knockout, first round knockout, first round knockout. And once I really got in there and fought my first 8 rounds, it was like, I ain't training hard enough. My talent got me over that hump, and I had to dig. And after that fight, I came back to the gym and I was like, I gotta step up because everybody be like, it's time to step up. They say it to their coaches, they say it to themselves, but what they don't realize is they probably still do the same workouts. They don't step it up. So I really stepped it up from that point.
In what ways?
Ah, man. I start going crazy. People, from then on, right now, people see me training like he crazy. Like, why do you train that way? Well, that's one of the reasons I train the way I train. And then right after that, I fought Willie Kickett. And after, let me tell you a nice story too. After having the Quintero fight, the same manager brought his best fighter at the weight that me and Quintero just fought, because he had Quintero and Willie Kickett. So he was like, in his mind, he was thinking, Broner just had a tough fight with Quintero. This is the top guy in the weight in the whole division. Willie Kickett was ranked like number one in our weight class then, and he was just like, just the whole environment, fighting him in LA. I was the opponent. Kickett was sponsored by Jordan and paraded, and so we get on the scale, and I was like, I weighed like a couple tenths over or something like that. And the Kickett manager, like he looked at me, he was like, let him have it, like let him have it, like he was just so for sure that they was gonna beat me. So we go into the fight. I make the weight or whatever. We go into the fight, and he was good. But going into the fight, Coach Mike was like, I remember like Coach Mike was just like, we can't play with this motherfucker, man, because honestly, if Kickett would have beat me, Golden Boy would have signed Kickett. Point blank period.
He made a reference to that, Mike said.
I know what's going on. At that young of an age, I already knew what was going on. So it was either then it was now or get kicked off. So I'm like, I'm going in as an opponent, and I beat him. I knocked him out, and then from there, I just, my mindset from there was like just being in that situation. And after that fight, the manager like even now to this day, he keep his word. He said, "I never fight against you again." And every time he see me, he take off his hat and he do this. I'm not lying. I promise.
What would you consider the next most meaningful along those lines where you learned and it changed you?
Along those lines, the next meaningful one was Ponce de Leon fight.
Thank you.
And that was a fight where somebody like me shouldn't even took the fight. You know, but I'm 19-0. I'm 19. And this guy got more knockouts than I even got fights. He's a future world champion, future Olympian. And I went up to Al, and I when me and Al first met, I told him I'm ready. You can throw me in there with anybody, I'm ready. Because I felt like I was ready. And you know, Andrew, he couldn't get me the fights that I needed. So, you know, me and Al met, and I told him I'm ready. He said, "All right, if you feel like you're ready, we're gonna get you the fights." And he give me the fight. We get out there. We in Cali. This is my first time in the Golden Boy building. We go in there, and you see this guy, you see this guy, you see this guy. I'm like, where I'm at? I ain't say nothing. I kept it quiet, but that's what I'm thinking. So
Photos?
Photos, and then I come in. I'm like, what's up? I'm happy. I'm happy. Y'all know me. So I go in, and Robert like, yo, he looked at me. He seen how happy I was and how happy I was. If it was fight week, you know what I'm saying? What's up? He's like, yo, don't take this. This is the first thing he said to me. He said, yo, don't take this guy lightly. No, I'm serious. Don't take this guy lightly. Dangerous. Like, man, give me some donuts, man. What are donuts, bro? I'm alright.
Right.
So then, you know, the whole everything changed. I seen the way then we go to the weigh-in. I seen the way they was crowding him, and I seen how shy away they was standing of me, and I really wasn't getting the attention that, you know, that I get now. So I'm like, they really think this guy gonna beat me. It automatically just popped up in my head. Like, okay, he fighting in his hometown. Okay, whatever. I make weight, and I go into the fight. And after the third round, I think that's when everything changed, because Coach Mike, he was like, I came back to the corner, and he was just like, don't make it a hard fight. We're just gonna get through this fight. We're gonna get through this fight, win this fight. Then that's when everything will open up. So I get through the fight. You know, I make the fight easy. You know, because I was gonna go out there and bang with him. You know, young, high-headed, first time on HBO. You know, but I kept my composure, and I boxed him and made it easy. Won, unanimous decision. And after that fight, you know, the crowd ain't like it because that was his hometown. But
Right.
I went to the back, and off of this is my first time at adversity, you know, with the crowd being against me and everything, you know. So I'm thinking like, they don't think I won. So I'm like, all right. So I go to the back, and I tell him, you want to fight me again? He said, oh, no. We going back down. We don't want to fight you no more. We're going back down the way. I went to his locker room by myself, opened the door. I said, do you want to fight me again? He said, oh, no. We're going down. And I seen Oscar come out his Oscar didn't even say nothing to me at first. I caught Oscar coming out his locker room.
Wow.
And he looked at me, and the look in his eye was he was surprised. He was like really surprised because it was 13,000 out there against me, and I went out there and I did what I had to do. And he said, "You're a special kid."
Oscar said that?
Yeah, he told me. He said, "You're a special kid.
Right.
You did what you had to do, and you got the victory. I'm proud of you." And I think that's what really changed my career after that. And then, I went overseas and did all that stuff. And
You knocked out Litzau the next fight.
Yeah, that really changed a lot. That was because Litzau was number 1 of the world at the time, and but
He had lost a controversial fight to somebody.
no, he won.
Oh yeah, he won it. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
That wasn't controversial. He beat Caballero.
Right. Right. That's
I
what it
remember.
was. Yeah.
He beat Caballero.
Right.
Convincingly beat him. And everybody thought he was gonna give me a good fight, and I was just like, nah. What's so funny is I actually called it. I said, I think I'm gonna knock him out first round as soon as I catch him. And I caught him. And then after that, I was just wins. But by then, I self-promoted myself so much. It wasn't the fighting that got my name as big as it is right now. Of course it's the fighting because I can fight. But I'm a self-promoter. I self-promoted myself so much outside the ring that you had to watch me.